wanted to go over with you guys so that you have it in the recording, but I'll also go over it in class, is there's two ways that we hand in files, all right, for InDesign. When it comes to just sending them to a printer, you know, that someone who is going to professionally print the document or something like that, most of the time they'll accept a PDF. And PDFs are just a PostScript file, you've heard it before, that compresses everything, keeps it all together, keeps the resolution. It's a print-ready, beautiful, packaged file. All right, and the first way that we do that is you're just simply going to go to File, Export, or Command E. Okay, I use the Command E. Go to Desktop. You want to change the format to Adobe PDF Print. Okay, not interactive, just PDF Print. You want to make sure you save it to the desktop, which I am. Use the InDesign document as an output file. Click Save. Here's the big thing. You want to make sure that this is press quality, so it's high quality. Now, if, and you've got, this is usually default, all pages, all of that stuff. If you have a document like you currently do that has bleeds, those aren't automatically included in a PDF, and that's important to know. So if you've got a document that has bleeds, all right, you're going to click over here onto Marks and Bleeds, and you just want to make sure that you put Use Document Bleed Settings, okay? That adds the bleed from the document. You could also include your crop and bleed marks, but you don't need to right now. Okay, not when you're handing it in. If you're printing it and you want to cut it yourself, you're definitely going to want to put your crop marks and your bleed marks, and those will help you cut. Okay, but when you're handing it in to a printer, they don't want those on there. So you use the document bleed settings. That'll include the bleed. If you don't do that, you will not have the bleeds, which means if somebody goes to print it and they don't tell you, you might end up with some white edges. Okay, so again, File, Export, or Command E. Change it to Adobe PDF Print if it's not already there. Make sure you save it to the desktop. Desktop. Save. Basic, just check it out. All, sometimes you'll have done a range, and that you just want to make sure it's on all pages, all of that good stuff. And if you have bleeds, click on Marks and Bleeds, use Document Bleed Settings, and click Export. That will set up on the desktop a PDF. Okay, and PDFs, we've seen PDFs before. That has everything included. It's print ready. It's ready to go. Now, when it comes to some printers, okay, someone who's using a Heidelberg press is going to want the packaged InDesign file. I am going to want the InDesign file so that I can grade you properly. I can go into the file and make sure I have everything that you need to do it right, okay? So, we've done the PDF. I'm going to save this file. Now, in order to package it, you're going to go to File, and this is really easy, Package, okay? That's a long keyboard shortcut, so I've never actually used it. So, File, Package. This is your package summary. You really don't need to read anything here. You could go through and see what fonts are here, links, all that other stuff. Everything's in here. Generally, I don't worry about it. All right, just click on Package. All right, now you're going to save it to the desktop again. You'll notice all these are checked off, and that's what you want. Okay, now you'll notice that a package will include the PDF, but okay, the press quality modified may or may not include the bleeds. Okay, so you could uncheck this if you want, since you've already made a PDF. All right, that depends on your PDF settings, and sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not. Okay, you hit Package. All right, so that will give me my package. Now, what that does is it gives me a folder, and this is a great way if you don't know where everything is. Okay, and this is also a great way when you go to Package. If you're missing links, it's going to tell you inside the folder. Okay, there's a document with there's a folder with all the fonts that you used. There's your IDML, your INDD, and your PDF, and then all the images that are linked. Okay, just one in this instance. Now, an IDML is an InDesign file that somebody who didn't have the same version of InDesign that we have could actually use it and open it up. The INDD file is the native file for InDesign. That's the file I will open up to grade you, and it'll have everything that I need. Okay, if you go to File, Package, and it tells you that images are missing, you're going to need to relink them before you do anything else. Okay, and so making sure that you place your images and making sure that you link your images are really important. All right, but that's how you're going to create it. Now, in order to hand this in to Google Classroom, there's one extra step. You just right-click on it and you're going to say Compress, and that'll make a little zip file. This is what you'd hand in. Trying to hand in a whole folder in Google Drive is a pain. This is what you would hand in to me. All right, so that I have it. That way, I have this little zip file. I have everything I need for you. Okay, so that's how you're going to create a PDF and how you export a PDF and how you package your files. You'll need to do the PDF for your recreation, and you'll need to do the packaged file for your magazine spread. But I'll remind you of that several times.